Oh, hell yeah. Bulls! Let's go! Just in time. Good morning. How we doing? Beautiful move here out of the Bulls. We love it. What's up, guys? How we doing? Good morning. All right. Fuck, man, let's do some gambling. What do you say? All right, bar 25. We're 90 seconds out. ATR now bumping up to 40, which we like to see. From the 30s here, this is going to increase things a little bit. Financial juice is crashing, trying to load it up because everyone's trying to load it up right now. So I guess we're not going to. If anyone has the headline, man, drop it in the chat. The range on this bar, my goodness. Nearly 110 points here. 53 seconds out. All right. All right, man. Well, back in the driver's seat here, ready to rock. Brandon, good morning. Gamma, how we doing, big dog? Cold, good to see you, brother. Terry. All right, let that bar close up. 25 will close with quite the wick on it. And I guess we'll watch 26. In the meantime here, you know what I want to do is pop over to the 2-minute. Yeah, not looking too much different. That move came later in that 5-minute bar, so the 2-minute's going to look pretty similar. Head back to the 5 here. All right, bar 26. Let's see what we get. 3 minutes. Max, good morning. John, how we doing? Michael, Panda, Carzin, good to see you guys. How are we? Javaz, big dog. Nathan, how are we? Question, is it bad when you spend all your money on evals, you don't have enough to activate a pro account? Sounds like you gotta go hustle, big dog. I feel like, yeah, that's kind of a bad thing. All right, 26 here, close it up, minute 15 out. We will figure out what that headline was. Oh, come on. Lebanon seeks direct talks and Israel agrees. What's the best place to find headlines? Honestly, I think the two best spots are Financial Juice, whether you pay for it or just look at it for free, whichever. But I'm pretty well versed, if I may say so, in the financial news space. And X, honestly, is like the best, fastest free option. If you can find someone who posts. Which they're all over the place. Now, the best is a Bloomberg terminal, but news is not crucial enough as an intraday trader who's trading price action to pay the at least $2,400 a month that it costs. It might be higher now. I haven't checked the price in like probably 3-4 years. Honestly, anyone who I've ever known who had a Bloomberg terminal had it as like a flex and then got rid of it because they're like, this is cool, but it doesn't fucking help me at all. Unless you're someone who's, you know, trading like longer term swing positions on commodities. That's where it would be helpful for you. But if you're like trading NQ futures, I think you're cool with X or Financial Juice. Yeah, Forex Factory. I've never really been a user, but I know a lot of people use it. I think I'm just pissed because Forex is in the name. And we all know how I feel about Forex. Question, Nico, candle 27 closing above candle 25 an entry? Yeah. Yeah. Make sure you size yourself appropriately. At least it is for me. Look, do whatever is logical to you. I trade my way. Some people will come in and try to copy. I don't encourage you to do that because you're not me, so I'm not going to come sit by your desk and rub your feet and tell you what the fuck to do. Although I know you'd like it, you sicko. Good morning. How we doing? All right, 28. We got about 445 out here. Now, we've talked about this so many times in the last like 2 weeks. You get a big outsized bar followed by what? Very often a sideways single bar trading range. So we let it work out. Take the soonest setup to come. Christian, what's up, brother? Yep, talking to you, big dog. What's up, Major? How we doing? It's good, man. All right, bar 28. Let's see what it's got. Little concerned of that sideways range, even more prominent here on the 2 minute. Well, let's see what 28 has. Let's see what it's got in the tank. All right. 2 minutes. Jesus. Okay. Well. All right, let me size down a little bit. All right, 52 seconds here. Okay. Well, let's see what the bulls have got in store here. I will go ahead and get the copier engaged. And we've got a bit of a wick. Ooh, yeah, you see that? That's what I'm worried about. Nope, inside close. Can't place it. See this? That's ugly. All right, let's wait here. Well, I didn't take that one inside close. See, closed inside the wick high at 25. Big old wick up top. On 28, right? Honestly, not much going on a 2-minute chart here, so I guess we'll stick on the 5. About 3 minutes, 3:25 out here from the close of bar 29. I can't believe this market lately. You believe we were below 24,000 a couple sessions ago? All right, minute 53 from the close of 29 here. And if it can close above the wick high of 28, I'm going to hit it. There you go, bulls. All right. Come on now, bulls. We are 20 seconds out. My copier is engaged. See if these bulls can give me something to work with here. Ooh. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm waiting on 30. That sucks. Inside close, 29 close, just inside 28. It's not a coincidence, by the way. See if 30 ends up hesitating or if we can get a nice another strong close. If we get another strong close out of 30, I will have to hit it. Though I got to keep in mind that this market has been more range bound than anything else. Which is why I'm especially hesitant with those, not hesitant, just patient with those inside closes right now. Whereas, you know, in a bull market, I might actually hit 29. It's not FOMO if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't really deal with FOMO. It's never been a problem for me. I don't know why. I've just always understood that you're already missing out on tons of money, so what the fuck does it matter? Alright, big bar 30. I think you may be the golden child here, huh? All right, minute 40. Well, all right, bulls. Come on now. Get that thing a little higher. Give me a cleaner close. And then I'll have to put out a stop limit buy. Come on, bulls. Place that, see if I can get a fill. Give that 25 total seconds, by the way. And they'll take it. All right, wrist tight. Quite a bit less, by the way, than 1 ATR because that signal bar was very, very small. See that? My cursor range in comparison to the average range. So that's all right. Let's see what the bulls have. Ah, shit. Still sized down. Don't you hate it when you size down for a trade and then don't bring it back up? That's all right. It's probably appropriate anyway for being this high in a range market. Boom, 1R out there. Trade number 1 on the day, a few $1,000 bucks. Let's keep it pushing. Let that copier flatten. There we go, flat. All right. Next, 255 out. Did I update the trade count? Yes, we did. Fucking know we did. All right, bar 31. Let's see what we got on 31 for a close. Nope, that was not half an R. That was 1 R. You're thinking half an ATR, which that also was not. What do you look for that puts you in so late in a trend? A confirmation setup, according to RAM. Or what I should say is confirmation of a continuation setup. Sorry. All right, minute 55 out here from the close of bar 31. So that was a small little scalp. This is starting to be a big bar. We'll watch how the range is when this closes up. Okay, so we know that sideways hesitations or single bar sideways ranges are not so uncommon after a big outsized bar. So the question becomes here on bar 16, I know that it's a range market and a trend market. I'd probably use a stop limit buy. Being that it's a range market, I'm going to watch how the wick closes up. I'm going to stay sized down a bit. And as long as we close at least a bit above the midpoint, yeah, I'm going to hit it with a limit order and not wait for the stop limit to get filled. That keeps my risk a lot smaller at the expense of probability a little bit. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. So, I'm sitting long. See what the bulls got. Risk managed below bar 31. If the bears take out bar 31, chop it off at the neck and move on. All right, ATR sitting 42. By the way, see what these bulls got. Roensch, for intraday drawdown, do you still trade RAM? Of course. Nothing changes for intraday drawdown. Intraday drawdown is really only such a frustrating issue for those of you guys trading too big. Your ego says you have to trade, you know, minis. Because so-and-so on YouTube trades minis. No. So-and-so on YouTube trades minis because you want to see them trade minis. You understand? Trade micros in funded accounts. I mean, come on, it's relatively clear if you do half an ounce of math. And by the way, that's for prop trading. Personal account, whole other story. Is 5 micros decent size for a 50K funded? I say anywhere for a 50K funded. For me, I'm between 2 and 5 micros. Depends on volatility. You scale your prop trading horizontally. You do not scale prop trading vertically. So remember we talked about this on bar 31. We did that sideways hesitation. There you go. You got the same thing after 25. All right, so it's not improbable that we form, I'm just drawing this arbitrarily, by the way, a little sideways range for a little bit. That's okay, I don't care about that, but if they take out the wick low of 31, then I'll cut it and move on. Oh, does he open a bar at 34? Well, back to break even here. On the trade. Well, come on, Bulls, man. We ain't got all day. I mean, we sort of do, but my dopamine receptors are dry, man. That's not acceptable. Well, go on now, Bulls. I want to see an instant pop, 400 points. Give me 200 points of slippage. And we'll call it a week. Sitting break even pretty much here on the trade. Let it do its thing. Biggie! Eric, what's up, brother? How are we? Good to see you. All right, by the way, there's the rollover. Close bar 34 into the open bar 35. Well, we're seeing full-blown sideways range. We talked about this right before I entered, right? Yeah, and I don't care if it wants to range for a little while. That doesn't... That's the word I'm looking for. Invalidate my setup. What would is a break of the low of 31. Which is why that's where my stop is. Ah, makes logical sense. Yeah, by the way, if for those of you guys who are fucking terrified of buying at highs, I get it. When you come into the market, everyone is a contrarian, and you think you're special. You're a contrarian because everybody is. I was too when I started. You think this thing's gone too far. It's at highs. I should short it. Well, that's not what the price action has said thus far, is it? Okay, so when 90% of traders lose money, and they all are terrified to buy good setups at highs just because they're at highs, regardless of the outcome, by the way, maybe that's something to think about. All right. Rolling over into bar 36. Bulls, Bears, somebody, man. I need some coffee. And it's ready to go. And I'm sitting here in a trading range. So let's break this thing, man. ATR back below 40, sitting at 37.38. It's not too bad, that's fine. All right, close the bar at 36 into the open of 37. Some volatility in here, man. ATR now down to 35. 35 is not, you know, it's fine for an ATR. It's just, we were just above 40. But it's not like these ranges are unexpected after a bar like 31, which we talked about. All right, minute 10 out here till the rollover of 37 into the open of 38. See if the Bears got the wick low of 31, or I guess the low of 31, the open of it. All right, open at 38. Come on now, 38. I am getting thirsty. ATR down to 33. It's not the end of the world. 33 is okay. If we start dipping into the 20s, won't be looking too hot. I think it will probably increase once we get out of this range, though. Well, what's up, Bears? Put me within one tick! No, sir, not yet. Within a tick or so. All right, cut it. Let the copier flatten, and then I will be right back. There we go. Yeah, I gotta hustle because we might have something coming here in a bar or two. Let me update the trade count. All right, I will be right back. Don't you go anywhere, big dog. I'm gonna size back up, hopefully, and we'll be able to put on some. What's up? Welcome back. All right, we've got some hesitation here on 39. 90 seconds out. $20 seconds out here till the close of bar 39. All right, there's the rollover into 40. Let's see what 40 brings. Come on, Bears, let's fucking tank this market. The problem with tanking this market is we head right back to 25K. And then I'm upset again. All right, 3 minutes till the close here. Should I check out a 2-minute in the meantime? All right, back to a 5. Minute 20, come on, Bears. Take this thing lower. I want a nice clean close out of bar 40. Say, Nico, don't you care about the 20 EMA? Do I look like I care about the 20 EMA? Fucking take the 20 EMA off my chart. I don't want it. Let's see. 60 seconds. All right, pop on over. See if these bears can get an ounce of security going here. Currently sitting inside the wick low of 39. I don't love that. I'll tell you that much. 15 seconds. Ooh. It's inside. All right. Best for me to hold off till 41. See if 41 can get a little bear body closing beneath the wick low bar 40. Then I will happily short the shit out of this thing. But right now it's not ready. Yep, there's the hesitation. What do you think? These bulls just take this thing higher, head right back to this sideways range? I don't know. I gotta say, you know the bulls are gonna have some trouble with that region between like 220 and 260, 270. You know they're gonna have some trouble. And if they take out the wick high of 31, then that changes a lot anyway, if they can close a couple of bars above the wick high of 31. All right. 41 closing up. $15 seconds into the open of 42 here. Yeah, pretty hesitant to even test the high of 41, let alone take it out. Usman, what's up, brother? How we doing? We're in a really interesting spot. I got to tell you, if the bears can break the wick low of 40, then I'm looking for any reason to get short. But right now, we're in this weird situation where there's so much of a sideways range up between, like we talked about, like 200 and 260. 25,200, 25,260 on NQ here. Again, this is a 5-minute NQ chart. That looking at this like a soft bull channel is kind of tough. It's really kind of tough to look at it like that at this point. And we also know that environmental context in the market, overarching for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, has been breakouts, trend attempts are not going very far. Right, that's been the context. So when you end up in a situation like this where 31 failed, bar 31, now I'm really just looking to see if we can crack the wick low of 40, and then I think we're off to the races. Maybe not too quick. ATR 32. There it is. ATR dipping beneath 30. 29 on the ATR. Question, what do you think about bar 17? You mean close of 17? For a long, they say they were a little concerned about it turning into a big range, given the overall context we've been seeing lately. 17 was a great long trade. Tremendous. If it were going to turn into a range, you'd be looking at the full day's range, right? And this is below that midpoint. By the way, below the midpoint is not the criteria. It's just, I'm just pointing that out. 17 was probably the best trade of the day here so far. Man, come on, Bears, somebody! All right, we got 43 here closing up. In 5 seconds, you got the wick high of 41. Inside close on 43. If you look 41 and then 42 and 43, right? That's going to be a sideways range on a 2-minute chart. Right here. Right? So we will watch the next bar here on the 5-minute. Here, bar 44. All right, 343 out here to the close of bar 44. And I'll see how that closes up. See if the Bulls want to take it higher, man, just do it. ATR 29 sitting just below 30. There you go. All right, 2 minutes. Now we're looking at, of course, the wick high of 31. Range on this bar very small. So let's see how 44 closes up. Yeah, come on, 44. Stay down there. Quit that growing. Minute 15. Now we know we had a range here. The wick high of 31 has been there for about an hour, so it's not the most mature stop hunt ever. But it's there. We got 44 here wicking back a tad, 25 seconds out. I'll watch how this guy closes. Let's see. ATR 32. We'll give it about 20 seconds. Bit of a wick up top. But if the Bulls want it within 20, then I'd like to take that. If they don't, then I don't want it. 5 seconds. No fill, no trade. Pull it, move on. All right, 45. Let's see what's up here on 45. All right, halfway through bar 45, coming kind of into the high of this. But you still got the 31 high, which is really what I'm watching. Now, you know, you got to be careful. If you're going to get long up here, I think the risk has got to be kind of tight. Whatever that means to you, dollar-wise. The bigger this bar gets, the less likely I'd be to hit it. To look for a stop hunt of the wick high of 31, because in a range market, which is the environmental context right now, what we've been seeing lately for the last month or so, a lot of times you'll test, not take out the kind of euphoric high, and then fade. But the math starts looking better the smaller the signal bar stays up here, I should say. So we'll chill out, watch how this closes up 90 seconds out. "15 seconds. Oh man, you bulls. You bulls, you. Just be careful up here. Just be careful. The second test after what you could call a capitulation bar to the bull side, bar 31. If that initial bar fails, which it did, that second test in a market like we've been seeing, it's not quite the stop hunt most often that we're used to seeing, right? There's a lot more hesitation. You got to take that into consideration. Now watch Trump tweet and this thing pop 400 points. All right, we got 2 minutes. Enough tiptoeing, man. Let's just take out the wick high of 31 and then see if we can maintain it. Which is the real question here. Ooh, you see that get slapped? Goodness. Now, although it would be our best case scenario, or one of our best case scenarios, like a big giant bull trend, you understand right now that taking out the wick, now listen carefully, taking out the wick high of 31 and continuing into a bull trend, not just taking it out, but continuing into a bull trend, is one of the less probable events here right now. Given the environmental context, we just haven't been seeing that lately. Now you could say, well, yeah, but Nico, we pumped damn near 1,000 points the other night. Yeah, on news. On news, we just haven't been seeing that during the New York session lately for 5 weeks. News says even though it's close, it's possible we've already seen the high of day. 100%, big dog. Now, by the way, people like to put methodologies into a box. RAM is no different. People like to put it in a box and oversimplify. This is just about math, okay? So if you're looking at the wick high of 31 and you're thinking to yourself, well, it's a trend market, well, then what I'm about to say makes no sense. But if you're looking at the wick high of 31, you're like, well, it's a range market. It's really tight. The most probable case is that if I short it, I'll get stopped out. But if you go for huge reward to risk, the math can still make sense. But when you lose the trade, don't be pissed, because that's the more probable outcome because you're making a huge reward to risk ask. If you don't understand the math of having a positive expected value and the necessity of a larger sample size, you're in the wrong business, dude. I don't know what to tell you. All right, minute 20 out here to the close of bar 47. All right. Bar 47 here, rolling over 15 seconds. There you go, bar 48. Beautiful. Okay, 45 seconds out. And yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If the bears can close this bar up reasonably clean, I am actually going to short it and risk the wick high of 31. Got to be reasonably clean though here. All right, pop on over. Copier engaged. Whoops. All right, we're good. Boom, place that. Beautiful placement, too. All right, and they'll take it. All right, good. So we've got 65.50. Beauty. All right, cool. Now, Trump, send a tweet, big dog. Dump this thing about 800 points. And fucking pay me. Beauty. ATR 28. So we're dealing with the 20 EMA right now. I don't know, you have some options. I could have pulled it already at 1 ATR. But, I mean, 4,000 bucks, come on now. Just kidding, the P&L is not the reason. The reason is I have plenty of room to decrease my probability and go for closer to a full R. Yeah, I know you'd pull it. That's why I'm not gonna. Just kidding. Marshall, what's up, brother? How we doing? Yeah, I mean, again, on this trade, you got multiple options. Had you gone for a 1 ATR, you would have already gotten better than 1 ATR. But for me, that's okay. I'm going to go for a full R here. We'll see how it develops. All right. Rolling into bar 50 here in 2 seconds. There you go. And bears. Fade this thing, big dogs. Why not just set a limit order for 1R? Because news is 50-50. And if I'm going to be sitting here anyway, if I was going to walk away, I would. But if I'm going to be sitting here anyway, I'd prefer to just do it manually, right? Because when news is 50-50, I'd rather be more exposed to the outsized move if it happens to be in my favor. There is no time without news. News can hit at any moment. No, I'm not talking expected news. With obvious, really big headline expected news, I'll just sit flat. But especially in a time like this, man, we get unexpected news all the time. All right, so far, Bears had me just under 30 points in the money, which is less than target. So let's see if they can come back in and fade it. Bulls tried. I got my stop management above the wick high of 31. Again, Bears had me about 30 points in the money on this trade. That's less than I wanted. Or I suppose, I didn't need a full R. I don't need a full R, I should say. But, on this trade, I'm not looking for negative reward to risk. All right, close a bar 50 into the open of 51. All right, Bears. Step on in, baby. All right, close up bar 51 into the open of 52. ATR is sitting about 28. Things are a little slow. It's all right. Let this trade do its thing. Yep, those of you guys just joining, I'm sitting short. I shorted the close of bar 48. So I've been in this position short from here, where my cursor is. So this put me 30 points in the money, not enough. Now we're just kind of chilling, waiting for this market to do what it needs to. which is fade, big dog. Taking our time here. ATR 28. We just get a little headline or something? Movement's a little excitable. Thank you, Lurt. Yes, sir. That is the headline that we just got in the chat. All right, Bears. I want to see 25K, man. Fade this thing. Smith. W in the chat, baby. 2 ticks in the money, big dog. This is where everyone chimes in and goes, take profit. Come on, man. That's right, man. Yep, green is green. Anytime you see one tick in the money, you should take it. For those of you guys who are new enough in your journey where you don't understand, I'm joking. Do not do that. That's a fucking horrible mentality that gets spewed from the mouths of inexperienced, we'll say, traders. That is not going to make the math look good, I promise you. All right, roll over a 53 into the open of 54. ATR down to 25 on the ATR. Lunch is sitting out there getting cold, man. Come on, Bears, take control, man. I want to see some volatility increase. ATR 26. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a 5-minute NQ chart. And I'm sitting short. Currently just about break even on the trade. W's in the chat, baby. 2 ticks in the money. What do you guys think? About time to take this thing off or what? Should I book up profits? Tubed out, big man, what's up? The fuck just happened? What in the world? I think my copy trader just like refreshed or something. That happens sometimes. Still have the same number of contracts, so we're good. Yeah, every once in a while, by the way, if you use the Affordable Indicators copier, which is the one that I use, every once in a while that might happen to you in longer trades, and nothing happens sometimes, which is weird. It just like refreshes to make sure that your positions are all set. But it fucking scares me every time. Yeah, Boring Trader says it's the best copier he's ever used. Appreciate the recommendation. Yeah, Affordable Indicators. I've used it for, I mean, shit, it's been probably almost a year at this point, right? I tested a whole bunch of them. This one's by far the best one. Obviously, there's still some weird glitches like that one, but it's harmless. It didn't do anything. Honestly, it's probably a good thing because it's just double checking to make sure that your positions are all what they should be. All right, 54, gonna close up as a tiny little bear body. ATR now down to 24. Carzan says, is the Affordable Indicators copy trader free? No, it's not free. Let me ask you a question. Do you really want a free copy trader? I fucking don't. Free is not good. You are entrusting this piece of software with your accounts. Do you really want the person behind it to not be profiting? No, pay that son of a bitch. I want it to be reliable. Pay him well. Make him rich. Deep in the money, baby. 7 points. Dubs in the chat. All right, Bears. Dump this thing, man. What we say? 400 points, 800 points, all the above. Still looking for my full R, by the way. 225 out here from the close of bar 55. Goodness, you guys are so fucking scared of everything, man. No, I'm not going to take half off. That's not the plan. The plan is to go for 1R. If you're sitting here shaking, looking at your trade, you're too big. I will do no such thing. Take profit. Come on now. All right, 1R is 45 points. See if the bears can take us down in. Come on, kiss the bottom of that range. Give that bottom a big old smooch. Do it. Boom, there it is. Full R. And I'm out there. Let's copy your flatten. And we are flat. Beauty. Which leaves me green. 4,500 on the day. You goofballs. Take profit. That's okay. All right. Well, now that my lunch is cold, man, fuck it. Let's just go through the night. Just kidding. I'm going to go hit it. I'm going to go hit it. I'm sure we can heat it back up, man. All right. 4,500 bucks. Green, 3 trades. What? 2 winners, 1 loser. Let's see what the afternoon brings. Hey, join the tomb, man. Learn RAM. Tons of content in there. Many, many, many hours of nuanced education. A lot of you guys are missing out, man. Those of you guys who've been in there, you know what's up. All right. See you tomorrow morning. Smell Friday already? Pharaoh Friday, baby. Tomorrow, I will see you there. Let's party all day. All right. See you there.